It's Friday, March 20th, 2026. You're listening to the DX Today AI Daily Brief. This morning, Jeff Bezos seeks $100 billion to overhaul manufacturing with AI. Nvidia locks in a $1 million chip deal with Amazon. And Samsung wins a major memory contract to power OpenAI's first custom silicon. Plus, the DOJ charges 3 men for smuggling AI chips to China, and a New York congressional race becomes the most expensive AI policy battle in U.S. history. Let's get into it.
Jeff Bezos is in talks to raise $100 billion for a new investment fund that would acquire and transform legacy manufacturing companies using artificial intelligence. The Wall Street Journal and the New York Times report that Bezos has traveled to Singapore and the Middle East to court sovereign wealth funds and major asset managers. The fund is tied to Project Prometheus, the AI startup Bezos co-founded with former Google executive Vic Bajaj, which launched with $6.2 billion in initial funding. The target sectors include aerospace, automotive, defense, and semiconductor fabrication. If successful, the fund would rival SoftBank's Vision Fund and represent the largest private bet on industrial AI ever assembled.
From venture capital to silicon supply chains,
Nvidia will sell 1 million graphics processing units to Amazon Web Services by the end of 2027, according to an Nvidia executive who spoke to Reuters on Thursday. Ian Buck, Nvidia's vice president of hyperscale computing, confirmed that shipments will begin this year and continue through next year. The deal underscores the intensifying race among cloud providers to secure advanced AI hardware. Amazon has been investing heavily in its own chips, including its Trainium processors, but continues to rely on Nvidia's GPUs for the most demanding workloads. The sheer scale of the order, 1 million units, illustrates just how fast enterprise AI infrastructure is expanding.
Staying in the chip space, a major memory deal. Samsung Electronics has secured a deal to supply high-bandwidth memory for chips to OpenAI, according to South Korea's Korean Economic Daily. Samsung plans to deliver up to 800 million gigabits of 12-layer HBM4 chips in the second half of this year. The chips are expected to power OpenAI's first custom AI processor, internally called Titan. Samsung has reportedly allocated more than 50% of its Pyeongtaek foundry capacity to HBM4 base die production. The deal marks a significant win for Samsung as it competes with SK hynix for dominance in the AI memory market, and it signals OpenAI's ambition to reduce its dependence on third-party silicon. From building chips to buying code.
OpenAI is acquiring Astral, the maker of popular open-source Python developer tools, in a move aimed squarely at its rivalry with Anthropic. Astral is known for Rough, a fast Python linter, and UV, a package manager that has gained a devoted following among developers. The acquisition bolsters OpenAI's Codex platform, its coding-focused product line. The deal comes as Anthropic's Claude has been gaining ground among software engineers, with many developers preferring Claude for coding tasks. OpenAI confirmed the purchase on Thursday, saying it will continue to support Astral's open-source projects. Financial terms of the deal were not disclosed.
OpenAI is also rethinking its desktop experience.
OpenAI confirmed plans on Thursday to combine its ChatGPT application, its Codex coding platform, and its web browser into a single desktop super app. The Wall Street Journal first reported the initiative, which aims to streamline the user experience across OpenAI's growing product suite. The move mirrors strategies from companies like Microsoft and Google, which have bundled AI tools into unified interfaces. For OpenAI, the super app represents a shift from standalone products to an integrated platform play, positioning it more directly as a productivity software company rather than just an AI model provider.
Now to a legal clash over AI agents.
Amazon has won a federal court order blocking Perplexity AI's shopping agent from accessing its platform. U.S. District Judge Maxine Chesney ruled that Amazon presented strong evidence that Perplexity's Comet browser accessed the retail site without authorization. The case centers on a fundamental question for the emerging agentic commerce era. Does a user granting permission to an AI agent to shop on their behalf override the platform's own terms of service? The judge concluded it does not. Perplexity called the lawsuit a bully tactic and has vowed to fight for users' right to choose any AI agent. The ruling could set precedent for how autonomous AI agents interact with major online platforms going forward.
From courtrooms to national security.
Federal prosecutors have charged 3 men tied to Supermicro Computer with conspiring to smuggle billions of dollars worth of AI servers containing advanced NVIDIA chips to China. The indictment, filed in Manhattan Federal Court, alleges that a senior vice president and 2 associates directed executives at a Southeast Asian company to place orders for $2.5 billion in servers between 2024 and 2025. At least $510 million worth of those servers were allegedly diverted to China after assembly in the United States. The case highlights the ongoing tension between U.S. export controls on advanced AI hardware and the demand for that technology abroad.
Turning to enterprise AI strategy. Microsoft is restructuring its Copilot AI division to free up co-founder of DeepMind, Mustafa Suleyman, to focus exclusively on building next-generation AI models. CEO Satya Nadella announced that Jacob Andrew, formerly of Snap, will take over as Executive Vice President, overseeing both consumer and commercial Copilot products. Suleyman described the move as essential for Microsoft's superintelligence mission. The reorganization comes as Microsoft's Copilot assistant has struggled to gain daily active users compared to rivals like ChatGPT. Despite holding just 5% of the search market against Google's 90%, Microsoft is betting that frontier models will ultimately reduce costs and power its product ecosystem. Next, AI reshaping how workers get paid.
Silicon Valley is buzzing about a new idea: AI compute as employee compensation. According to Business Insider, venture capitalist Tomasz Tungus of Theory Ventures predicts that AI inference will become the 4th component of engineering pay, alongside salary, bonus, and equity. With top-tier software engineer salaries averaging $375,000, Tungus estimates that adding $100,000 in annual AI inference costs could push the fully loaded cost per engineer to $475,000. Companies including OpenAI and Anthropic are already providing engineers with substantial compute budgets, effectively making access to AI a perk on par with stock options.
From compensation to the payment rails themselves.
Visa is testing how AI agents can initiate and complete payment transactions within banking systems. The company launched its Agentic Ready program first in Europe, providing issuing banks with a structured pathway to test and validate agent-initiated transactions. Visa has already completed hundreds of secure transactions in controlled production environments with ecosystem partners. The company predicts millions of consumers will use AI agents to complete purchases by the 2026 holiday season. The program addresses a critical gap in the payments infrastructure, as traditional networks were not designed for machine-to-machine microtransactions, a market Visa estimates could reach $3 to $5 trillion by 2030.
Now to AI and politics, a record-breaking race.
Groups opposed to strict AI regulation are pouring roughly $265 million into the 2026 midterm elections, with a New York congressional primary becoming ground zero for the fight. The Wall Street Journal reports that State Representative Alex Bors, a Democrat who has championed AI safety legislation, is facing a barrage of negative advertising funded by tech industry PACs. Bors's campaign has drawn significant support from employees at Anthropic and AI safety organizations. The spending dwarfs previous lobbying efforts and signals that AI policy has become a defining political battleground, with the industry willing to invest at levels that rival the cryptocurrency sector's political spending.
Staying in the policy space, deep fakes under scrutiny. YouTube is expanding its AI deepfake detection tools to government officials, political candidates, and journalists. The Google-owned platform is offering a pilot program that uses likeness detection technology to identify AI-generated videos that mimic a person's appearance. Participants must verify their identity with a government ID and a video selfie. Once enrolled, YouTube will flag suspicious content and allow users to request its removal. CEO Neil Mohan said improving AI transparency and safety is a top priority for 2026. The company is also exploring voice impersonation detection and may eventually let individuals monetize content that uses their likeness, similar to how its Content ID system works for copyrighted material. And finally, a rough day for Alibaba. Alibaba shares sank more than 6% after the Chinese tech giant reported disappointing quarterly results that undercut its ambitious AI narrative. Revenue grew just 1.7%, well below the 3.4% analysts expected, while net income plunged 67%. The company's cloud computing unit posted solid 36% growth, and AI-related product revenue achieved triple-digit gains for the 10th consecutive quarter. But Alibaba's costly push into quick commerce, which promises delivery within 8 hours, is draining profits. The company set a target of $100 billion in total cloud and AI revenue over the next 5 years. But analysts say the monetization story remains unconvincing against the backdrop of intense domestic competition. That's your DX Today AI Daily Brief for Friday, March 20th, 2026. 12 stories across infrastructure, policy, commerce, and the global AI race. For DX Today, stay curious.